Boys, we finally did it. We're building something that's getting those views, and I got some super exciting news. We have several sponsors on board, so this build is gonna get super exciting, super fast. I just thought I'd share that before we start, because the number one reason the sponsors were getting on board, they let us know that it's our engagement. It's you guys commenting on the videos, asking us questions, the likes that we have, all those things. We're seeing real world results from that, and it's actually crazy. This has been the goal all along. You guys are killing it. We're gonna reveal some of the parts that we're getting towards this build at the end of the video, but I just wanna let you guys know. Keep liking and subscribing, because this is great. We are going to be able to build the car that we wanted to deliver to you guys in the first place. Without further ado, enjoy the video. One more thing, it would be a YouTube video if I didn't ask for a specific amount of likes. So how about, I shot low last time, 2,000-3,000. You guys, that was nothing. So how about 5,000, 6,000?
12,000.
6,000. 6,000 is a reasonable number. Let's see if we can hit that. Let's get started. Okay, so it is mounted, and there's no straps or trickery.
Yeah, now it's making weird noises and throwing metal pieces at stuff. Oh, it's no good.
Oh, we got it. That's clutch material.
That's clutch material.
Let's see what we're working
Big reveal. Oh,
There's a lot more in there.
it's just most of the clutch.
Damage I did.
You drove it back like this, my guy. Oh, that's a lot of clutch.
What's up, Team Boosted? Welcome to part one of a absolutely massive amount of content we're about to expose you guys to. We've proven that we can make a fast death trap, but can we make a nice fast death trap?
We've never made anything nice on this channel, so it's going to be a challenge.
This is true. This is one of the fundamental flaws we have with our channel, is that we get 90% of the way there and then we never follow through. Well, we have big plans, and you guys are going to witness us actually trying to make something buttoned up that works and that we actually want to drive. So this is a ton of work, mountain of work, and the best way to present this is going to be in several montages with breaks when interesting stuff happens. But engine's already out on the stand, transmission's out, obviously. We're going to try to get this down to a blank slate today.
Yeah, let's make it pretty.
All right, let me give you all an update on what we got so far. So we're clearancing the front right now for the front lip thing. This, boom.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Because it was driving around without that. The other thing that we did, and you'll notice in that montage, is so we've always had frame reinforcements on this car, but they never connected back to the S13 subframe mods that we made. So we pretty much just bridged this here. That actually took a fair bit of work. If you guys don't know how we got the S13 subframe in here, we pretty much didn't really back half the car, but we back half the car. We got our own frame that we made custom. These big drop down bolts that are welded into the structure of freaking everything, and then we got these captured nuts inside the car that take equally big bolts, and all of that holds together this subframe. So that's how that worked. On the roster for today is finishing off the new section we made a couple episodes ago, and then we got some clearancing to do for stuff in the engine bay, which we bought this super cool ball.
Yeah, some steel sphere.
Wait till you see what we do with this. It's not that exciting, but it's kind of exciting. So we got this ball, and then we're going to paint the entire underside, and then we are going to paint the entire inside, and then we're gonna get ready for reassembly.
Should try. Does it bounce? Not very well.
Did you dent it?
It doesn't matter. It's right there.
All right, don't do that again though.
Well, that's why I didn't drop it on the side that we're gonna use.
It doesn't bounce.
Nope, clearly
Turns
not.
out, not a bouncy ball. Made out of metal.
All right, so we got this giant ball because it's just gonna look a hell of a lot better in this area where the turbo interferes.
You see
we're
that
just
we,
gonna take a chunk out of there.
We're maturing before your eyes, because we would have left it like this in the past, but we're trying to make it look nice. So we're gonna hole saw a hole in that, and then we're going to insert the ball, and then we're going to mark the ball, and then it's gonna be a perfectly spherical patch that's gonna give us turbo clearance.
Yeah, should be a much cleaner way to do it.
That
than
is
just hitting it with a
pure
freaking
brilliance.
big hammer.
Yes.
So let's get going.
So next step, cut ball. Step after that, weld ball.
Funky shape.
Interesting technique to secure the ball to something so it could be cut.
All right.
Brilliant! Alright, so the ball is fitting great. What is really, really lame is, I don't know if you've ever welded to metal as shitty is what the Datsun's made out of, but there actually has been a few of these that I had to grind down and redo. Kind of how this is coming, I gotta fill in these gaps, but it's just, this metal is so bad. Leave in the comments right now, what is the worst thing you've ever tried to weld? Datsun metal, 10 out of 10, awful. Just
We've got the welder turned all the way down to 22 gauge, and as soon as you touch it to it, it's a hole in it.
So it's like welding aluminum foil, and it's not fun. But getting done, we'll show you the final result when it is done. Okay, so this is what we came out with. I did take the welds down a little bit to, I mean, it's this, you know, it's a strut tower, it is structural, but this did make good penetration. You can literally see it from the backside. I went in there and checked, and I didn't take them down all the way. For the remaining lumpiness, we will use a little bit of body filler when we collectively make the rest of the engine bay less lumpy, and then it'll all be painted. Now we have room for the turbo, which that's actually gonna look cool sitting in this little hole here. I've never actually seen that before, so I think that's gonna be a unique feature of this engine bay. The lighting's not the best, but that's where that big freaking hole used to be.
But not super long.
Devin, on a scale of 1 to ginormous pain in the ass, how easy has this been?
Ginormous pain in the ass. This propane torch has changed everything.
It's looking pretty good from in here though. It's better than the whole of the thing. All these little screws here, these are gonna hold it on while we seam seal it, the 25,000 PSI seam sealer, and then we'll grind all these tips off when we finish this up. You notice there's a big gap on this side. What we're gonna do is take this big metal washer, run a bolt through it, tighten it, and that'll pull this entire side up to the new metal. So there you go. Still a little bit of a gap over here, but some screws should pull that in, like I did on this side. And we got some work to do with the seam sealer, but it's way prettier from inside the car. I'm gonna hand Devin the Space Gun, which is the hardcore panel adhesive. Super strong. You can literally bond car panels together with it. And we are going to pretty much seam seal all of our new patches in here with that. Go to the We're just finishing up scuffing all the surfaces and sanding, and we have a pretty cool way to paint an engine bay that's spray paint but not spray paint. So we painted things in the past ourselves, our gold 911, which came out really good. This is just an engine bay. The car itself is going to be vinyl wrapped, so we didn't want to go buy paint and set up the gun and do the whole day process. So what we are doing, this will still come out nice and it's going to be durable. Really, the durability is what matters, because if you bump your exhaust manifold into it, we don't want chips flying off. So these are all epoxy based 2K things, and it's got an activator in it. And basically they give you this little button and you stick it on the end and then you slam it and it mixes the activator and you shake it up. And it gives you that nice epoxy, which is way more durable than anything you're gonna find at like O'Reilly's, like any duplicate color bullshit. I mean, that's all good for its uses, but this really, we wanted something that's durable, because like I said, we're gonna be smashing turbos and all sorts of stuff into it. So we're gonna hit it with this, and then we're gonna hit it with some satin black, and hopefully it doesn't look like dog.
It's a spray paint job. We're just using fancy spray paint.
I'm excited to show you guys how things came out. Right now, actually, we're getting the engine ready for the next phase, but that's for another video. So show you this engine bay real quick. It's looking satin black.
Yep.
This was the goal. It's got our nice little turbo clearance right there. Let's show them the undercoat, because briefly mentioned that. Okay, so you notice right away that we did the wheel wells, which is our attention to detail is ridiculous.
They were silver from when we painted it, and that wasn't a good look.
Yeah, we never actually did anything about that. So here's that patch. We actually got the gap to close completely, and with the liner and everything like that, there's absolutely no way for water to get in there. Speaking of the liner, some of you are going to disagree with the product that we use, but we're from the East Coast, the salt destroying car weathered land, and we've had the most luck with what, Devin?
We use the dual color truck bed liner. It's durable, it holds up to rocks and everything like that. It's got like a little bit of flex, so like it doesn't chip or anything.
With the truck bed liner, many people's main concern with that is that it'll crack and trap moisture. We've never had that problem with the one that we use. We have several cars that we use this on, and all of them seem to hold up throughout pretty much anything you could throw at it. Truck bed liner itself is pretty indestructible. I believe Mythbusters did an entire episode on that. So pretty much it's going to be impossible to ever do a bare metal restoration on this car, but this car was not a good candidate for that anyway.
We would have been better off just buying a whole new Datsun if we wanted to do that.
I said earlier that I was going to share pretty much what's going on next. Is we got a few sponsors on board, and we have the interior is going to be better than it has any right to be. Let's start off with the seats. Let's go check those out. Devin, is that heavy?
It's crazy light.
So these are Sparco's. Sparco is not on board, I should say that. These seats were purchased. I'm blanking on what specific model they are, but they're fancy pants. They got like this red suede, and I mentioned that there was gonna be some red details in the interior. It's pretty much this and the tachometer.
We didn't want to go tacky with it and do too
Oh
much.
God. So here's the seats. This is gonna be among one of the first things we do because we wanna get all of the metalworking out of the way, and brackets for seats is metalworking, so.
It's going to be one of the first and last things. These seats are very nice, and we don't want to ruin them. So we're going to get the seat brackets in there very first thing, and then we're going to get these seats out of there and put them back up here covered in plastic so we don't ruin them.
Also with the interior, we got Speed Hut on board, and we've never had matching gauges before. And if you know anything about gauges, they could be a little pricey, especially for something that's quality. And we've used Speed Hut in the past on different projects, and in our opinion, it's some of the best quality gauges that you can get. So they're sponsoring us with a full suite, color matching.
Yeah, we were super hyped on that. One, because of the color matching, and two, because it's Speed Hut.
We left the tachometer red.
Yeah, because that's rad.
So we're also talking to Heritage Wheels because, as you know, well, as you may not know, these are just steel wheels and they weigh more than the sun a piece.
Yeah, and they fit on there well, but like it's not how we want them to be fitting.
We're building this thing nice, and you know, a lot of people think that the wheels are the, I mean, really what tie, it's like the bow on top, you know what I mean? It's, so, the wheels, I don't want to reveal anything yet, but the ones that we're going to be working with them on are awesome. Our old stock Datsun hood shot to the stratosphere in that one video.
And he got ran over by a truck.
Then I got ran over by a truck. We got Cybin Carbon on board for a replacement hood in carbon fiber. That's going to be about 10 weeks out, but we opted to do a will call on that, so we're actually going to go visit the facility and pick up the hood in person. And of course, you guys know that we've been working with Diesel Pump UK, who has hooked us up with the pump, which makes this thing go really fast in that beautiful billet manifold. And actually, there's going to be a what's it called? Quick spool valve. They got a crazy new liquid cooled one. I'll leave a link to the video. They just dropped that product, and you could actually use it on non-diesel applications. So if some of you want to reduce your spool time, this one's actually twin scroll compatible. So that's exciting. We'll do an in-depth review when that comes in. We are in talks with a few other people who will help us bring this build to the level above the next level, and we got to keep that engagement up. So just remember, like and comment. Other benefit of liking and commenting is we give away stuff from boostedshades.com, which is also a way you could financially support us. Checking out boostedshades.com, even if you don't win. But to win, all you gotta do is like, subscribe, and leave a comment. This video's winner.
Hey, this video's winner is Mike Orchid.
All right, Mike, hit us up at teamboosted@boostedshades.com or through any of our social media platforms. We'll get back to you and ship you something. Like I said, like, subscribe, and comment. A comment could be anything, but we ask you guys stuff at the end of the video.
All right, this video's question is, we want to know if there's anything that we've done so far that you wouldn't have done or that you would have done differently.
Is there anything that you think we should change? Leave that in the comments. Like, subscribe, you're eligible and stuff from boostedshades.com. Next video, we start putting it all together with our fancy pants parts, and this car is going to be crazy.
As always, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
It's gonna fade out. Oh!